All right, let's go ahead and get into it. The Boston Celtics, they almost made a historic comeback. Only team to come down from 3-0 to win a series, but fell short in game seven. Obviously, Jason Tatum getting hurt their cause, but really shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. If you look at their roster, what they have going into the offseason, they have the number 35 pick. They have all five guys under contract in their starting lineup. Grant Williams is their big free agent, and they have a pretty deep bench with Malcolm Brogdon, the sixth man of the year, Gallo, and Robert Williams coming back. The only maneuver that they can make in free agency as far as signing someone is using the veteran minimum. So let's just look at things from a bird's eye view. I don't think that you can bring Grant Williams back. The new CBA has been much talked about. That second apron, I think, is going to be very debilitating. And signing Grant Williams for his market value, about $10 to $15 million, would put them in that second apron. And I just don't see him, a player that the team has flirted with, DMP CDs. Oftentimes is going to be a reason to get into that second apron. So I think he's gone. The only real trade trip that I can see them using would be Gallo's contract, maybe attaching that number 35 pick and getting something for them. But I think they need to be bolder. I think they need to involve Jaylen Brown in a trade. Now, I know Boston fans and maybe even their ownership and management is going to be hesitant to do this trade. Both he and Tatum are under 28 years old. They've been to finals. They've been to multiple conference finals. They always show the stat in the offseason, how many playoff games these guys have played compared to relative greats at that time in their career. But I think that they've reached their peak. If you're familiar with my content, I posted a video a while ago saying that I just didn't think that Celtics could win a title because they just don't have enough playmaking. Jason Tatum is an average, slightly above average playmaker, and Jaylen Brown averages more turnovers than assists in the playoffs. So when you get to tight situations, I just don't think they have enough playmaking. And I think that shows in the lulls that Boston goes to. If you follow the team, there's these lulls that they go to where they're up 15 and they just completely give away leads. And I think part of that is because they don't have enough playmaking where you can say, hey, the other team is on the run. We're going to give it to Jason Tatum. We're going to run this player and we're going to get a good shot. And when you don't have elite playmaking, you can't say that. So I think it's time to trade Brown. Brown has made a lot of interesting comments of late. Very cryptic interview with the Ringer where he's talked about his unhappiness with the city of Boston in general, with his name coming up in trade talks. So I just think it's time, especially with this decision coming down this summer, whether you're going to supermax him or not. He's eligible because he made an All NBA team. I think the time is just now to move him. I think that there's two obvious options. Either you trade him to Atlanta for Trae Young, or you trade him to Portland for Dame Lillard. Obviously, I would favor the Atlanta package. You get Trae Young, who's a younger player. A lot of people are going to say, hey, well, defensively he struggles. Well, the Celtics are the best defense in the league. Obviously, Robert Williams, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jason Tatum. All of these guys can, help hide and cover him. Every team generally has one defensive weakness that you can pick on. I think that Atlanta can has definitely shown that they've been able to overcome it and have deep postseason runs. The Eastern Conference Finals run in particular stands out, but I think Boston can definitely cover up those defensive liabilities. And then with Portland, obviously it would be for Dame Lillard. Same thing, same package that both of these players give you. They give you elite playmaking, elite shot making. I would definitely go the Trae Young route because he's younger. But if that's not available, I would definitely go with the Dame Lillard route. I would not bring this team back together. Trae Young, his name has come up in trade rumors. They have another point guard in Dejounte Murray. Brown is from the Atlanta area, so it'll be a bit of a homecoming. So I think that's just the obvious trade to make. Will Boston make it? I do not believe so. NBA teams are generally very conservative in nature. they're probably going to look at it like, hey, we've made the finals, multiple Eastern Conference finals. Neither of these players, him and Tatum, are 28 years old yet. Let's go ahead and give them some more time. But I think that they've kind of capped out. So this is the move that I would make. I'm sure a lot of Boston Celtics fans would disagree, but I just think that it's time. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, subscribe. I try to respond to all the comments. And as always, the game is the game.